All right, we're back to our normal nights on Monday nights. We've got majority of the crew here tonight. It is Sweep the League. We're sweeping the league like we do every single week. Catch us on iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, wherever podcasts are available. You can catch Sweep the League. I'm going to throw this out there. The best podcast in San Antonio and the best podcast South Texas-wise. I guarantee that. Not on the radio just yet, but best podcast. Reason why we're the best is because we have the boss back. Our boss, Candace, is back with us. We've got The Rock himself back, and we've got Stats himself. Shemai on the Beats is actually he's going to be on hiatus. He's got music coming up. He's got a lot of stuff going on. Derek's got his podcast tonight, the D Grove and Big Mo show going on. We have Salvation Army. My arm hurts. Candace joined me this past Saturday at La Cantera, and she saw that my arm was just ringing the bell for like 2 hours straight. And Candace was just there, and you know what? She brought in the money. So her and Rock are going to have to show up this Saturday because Rock was bringing in the money. Candace was bringing in the money. I did all the hard work. They just stood there, and money was dropping into the buckets. What's up, peeps? Welcome back to Sweep the League. Candace, are you okay? Mommy duty has had you busy lately.
It has. That never ends, you know. So I apologize to any listeners that can hear my toddler screaming in the background. He had his first haircut after 2 years. So that happened this weekend. I'm still getting used to it. Like, I stare at him and I'm like, are you my child? Like, I don't recognize you. But yeah, it's keeping me busy. But I will say, I don't know, yesterday just had a mental breakdown because the Cowboys, you know, they were trolling me, and I wasn't, I mean, it got to the point out, and we'll, elaborate later on in the show, but it got to the point where I turned it off. That's where I was as a fan. I turned it off.
Turned it off?
I turned it off. But I turned it back on at the end, so I was able to see, but I was so frustrated that the TV turned off.
Wait, you turned it off or the TV just turned off?
Yeah, I turned
Oh, I was going to say, what the hell? Poltergeist here.
Yeah, I might have to call the Ghostbusters.
Well, don't hit him with the cowboy talk just yet. We got to spread it out here. We got to spread it like a little bit of peanut butter and jelly because Rock he's on a high right now because the Cowboys won. It doesn't matter how they win, right, Rock? It's the fact that they just won.
How about them Cowboys?
Oh, he just blew his mic out. He blew the mic out. I think he blew his mic out trying to scream.
Yeah, he killed his mic.
Jimmy Johnson style. Rock blew his mic out. He's gonna come back here in a second. Stats, you doing all right, man? I feel for you, man. I feel for you because your Buccaneers didn't exactly show up. And you know what?
Yeah, they missed the plane, man.
Falcons won. They won this weekend. They had a bye. They still are a game back of the Buccaneers. What happened there?
That's not much of a victory, though. I mean, that entire division. I wish no one in that division could make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's terrible.
At this point,
there is a win. We're getting Desmond Ridder, baby. Marcus Mariota. He's on the IR, I believe. He's out for the year. Give me some Desmond Ridder.
About time, man. The Riddler makes his appearance.
The Riddler is coming to Atlanta. And that's what's the most important part right there. He's back. But nonetheless, we're going to talk a little bit about the Purdy one, which I saw there was a couple of nicknames for Brock Purdy. We're going to get into that, and we're going to see which one Candace likes best, or she has a nickname for Brock Purdy because he overthrew Jimmy G, even though Jimmy G got hurt. But I don't know if Jimmy G is going to be back in San Francisco. I don't know if that makes Candace happy or sad. So we'll see. We're going to get that Cowboy talk. We got Sweeper Keep. We're going to try to get to that later on. But we got to lead it off with Cowboys. Now, Candace said she turned off her TV. Rock said a win is a win is a win. It doesn't matter. I don't like Cowboy talk too much, but I will give them props. They won. Doesn't matter if it's a clean win, an easy win, a dirty win, a hard win. It doesn't matter. The win is a win. That's guaranteed. But Candace, you're on team. They played like shit, but they scared me half to death. They gave me a heart attack, but they won. Give me your thoughts on the Cowboy game, because today Cowboy Twitter was back and forth. You had guys saying a win is a win no matter what, and you had guys saying, yeah, they won, but they played like shit. And it's concerning. What side are you on?
Yeah, I mean, okay, here's where I stand, right? So like it's the Texans. You know, had that been against another team, you know, fine, whatever. But it was the Texans. And I'm like, if you're gonna play like shit, like at least be against a team that, you know, is worth playing shit against. But no, you're playing against one of the shittiest teams and you're playing like shit. So, and a lot of it was like, you know, that interception that was basically in Texans territory and basically giving them the touchdown. So it's like, okay. And what it took like literally the last minute of the fourth quarter for Cowboys to be like, oh yeah, let's come back and, you know, win the game. And the fact that the Texans were leading at one point of the game, that's where I was like, okay, I'm done. I am done.
Did you turn in your Cowboy card at that game?
I did. I was frustrated. You know, it's kind of like a relationship where you're just frustrated, you just walk away. And then you come back. Because you're addicted to a toxic relationship. That's how that was for me.
Not mentioning the husband. This has nothing to do with the husband when you say toxic relationship.
This is like in general dating.
Yeah, general dating. For everyone listening, there's no hard feelings or anything between Candace and her husband. She's talking about NFL talk here.
But yeah, that's where I was, and I was just like, gosh, you know, like, why are you going to do this with the Texans? Like I said, if it was another team, you know, fine. And, you know, when we played the Buccaneers, you know, game one, it was a great game. And that was against Tom Brady. And it's like, okay, literally, who do you have for the Texans? And you're going to play like that. So
I get it. I see your point. I'm kind of on that edge with you. Like, you know, they played bad, but I'll tell you what, Lovie Smith, head coach for the Houston Texans, you're on my shit list, because on 2 consecutive fourth downs in the fourth quarter, you went for it. You could have had, I think it was like a 54-yard field goal attempt, give or take. I think Kai Forbath would have made it, but then you had a pretty much a chip shot, I believe, for a field goal. You could have gone up 9 points on the Cowboys. That is a victory. Why you went for it? And the whole announce team, well, you're sitting at 1-10. I mean, you have nothing to lose. Who gives a shit? You're the worst team in the NFL. Just get a win. So I think I'm going to put the blame on Lovie Smith. I think Cowboys, they did win, but I think it was a lucky win.
Yeah.
And you know what? You never apologize for winning, whether it's lucky or not. Just like Rock says, Candace. Rock said, a win is a win. So you gotta keep your Cowboy card, Candace. Rock's gonna go off here. Rock, give me the love. Now don't blow your mic out again.
Nah, dude, a win is a win. You don't apologize for getting luck on your side sometimes. Sometimes you need luck. Sometimes you crap the bed, even though if you're the best team, it all happens. That's the way I saw it. I wasn't mad. I was more laughing because they were losing to the Texans. I figured it would be a blowout, and when I saw how close it was hysterical. But honestly, I wasn't watching it because on Saturday night I had a whole fiasco at a wedding and just know a lot of throwing up was happening. So on the way back home, I was just in the car asleep. I joined the Cowboys game, and when I got back to my brother's apartment, I watched the third and fourth quarter, and I was hungover, and yeah, so I was laughing about it. So it wasn't making me as mad.
Oh, you know, hangovers in your 20s are the best.
Hangover in your 20s.
It was bad.
Okay, like, so you can bounce back in your 20s. Your 30s, forget it. You're done. It takes you, a week to bounce back from a hangover.
Okay, so, and being honest here, I started drinking when I was 25, and I started drinking heavily. I had to make up for those 4 years and stuff, 6 years, whatever. But I have yet in my lifetime, and I've drunk, so I've been blacked out. I've yet to have a hangover, ever. I do not know what a hangover feels like.
What?
I swear.
And you're lying.
No. My wife is my witness, because my drinking days have been pretty heavy, since we've been married. And again, not because of relationship wise. So,
discrepancy.
My first wife, I had to be drunk to say yes on that one. I was drunk because I don't know what the hell I was doing in my first marriage. But the second one, she's seen me in my like days where I'm drinking the drink and drink and drink. I've never had a hangover. What the hell does a hangover feel like? Since all three of y'all are hangover aficionados, what the
You
hell is
just
a
feel
hangover?
like you cannot function. Like the room is spinning, your head's hurting.
Just annoyed by everything.
Yeah, just like irritability
Sounds
is
like a
just
Cowboys game.
Oh, the loud noises feel like thunder.
Really?
Yeah,
yeah, you don't want to
loud
eat.
noises.
Everything like grosses you out. And then like you don't, and then you always say, at least for me, I'm always like, I'll never drink again. No, that's always the thing. It's like I'm done. Like I'm never gonna
Shit,
drink
if
again.
I could drink the next day, I would. But it's a little too early.
All productivity goes out the window too.
Yeah.
Don't feel like doing anything.
How much does one have to drink to have a hangover?
Well, I'm a light,
know.
so I'm like special. I mean, like one shot of tequila and I'm done. Like,
Are you serious?
yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
literally
God.
like I'm like 80.
Dang.
So
I mean, tequila's strong, but one shot, yeah.
I'm
Uh,
4 foot and 86 pounds. Like, it doesn't take much for me.
I get that, but one tequila shot? I mean, okay, so when we do
Empty stomach too, empty stomach. Because if you're not eating anything in between, that's another thing too. Like I remember when I drank one
Yeah.
time, like I was having, I don't know, because like when I started drinking, I guess like I just didn't know what drinks were. I went to Catholic school, so in private school.
Hey, whoa, I went to Catholic school.
So I was just very sheltered. So like I asked for you're all gonna laugh at me. I asked for tequila sunrise because that's the only drink I was aware of.
There's actually that was the very first drink I ordered at a casino when I've been to casinos when I was 21, but I never drank. So my very first drink was in Cashada, the casino in Louisiana, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna drink. And the very first drink I got was a tequila sunrise. That's all I knew at the time too. I must be a Catholic school thing because that's all I knew.
Catholic school thing.
So if we do the whole Sweep the League Bowl-a-thon, which is coming up because Candace and I talked about it, is the hubby gonna let you drink a shot for every strike I get?
Ooh, I mean, I'll be out that whole week.
We need vacation that week. Rock wants to go shot for shot with me, and I don't think that can happen. I don't think he can hang.
Nope, I do not want to do that. No, sir.
So what are we
Okay.
doing then? We're gonna go bowling. I mean, Mark, are you drinking?
I don't know. We might have to have a Long Island iced tea-a-thon or something.
Yeah, I mean, I can have like a margarita. Like I'll be good with the margarita, right? Like it's just
Oh my
shots
God.
are just out. Rock's like,
Yeah, I am not a shot
Yeah.
guy. Like I just don't like shots.
Just shots. Shots give me PTSD, man. I'm just not doing that.
Well, like pure shots of just like bland like liquor. No,
yeah.
no
I
way.
like
If it's like a specialty
shots are
shot,
good.
if it's a specialty shot that's like really flavorful, then I don't mind that.
What
Like
about a green
Mexican
tea?
candy shots, man.
Green
Green
tea.
tea shots are good.
Okay,
Yeah.
White
we can,
tea is good. White tea
white tea. Or Candace is probably, what the hell, y'all alcoholics?
and mint tea shots. Okay.
I'm like,
Mexican
I
candy shots,
vitamin
man.
D shots, but
Vitamin D. Do they make a vitamin D liquor shot? That's what we can do.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So my wife says she listens to the show. I know she doesn't, so she's lying. So let's just put it out there. And you tell me if this is enough to get someone a hangover. Bowling wise, on a Friday night, I can easily go through 6 bottles of Flight. We do between 4 to 6 shots, most of them green teas, and I'll do like a Bacardi and Coke every now and then. Or no, I've been doing cranberry vodka lately.
Oh my god, vodka?
Cranberry
Jeez.
vodka. I've done 2 now. Last 2 Fridays ago, we combined our bill basically, and we pay like half of it. Our bill was $255.
Jesus.
Did you go in reverse order?
No,
Because that could be a difference maker too.
I have no idea. I paid my part, which was I think like 60 something, $70.
But like, did you open with the beers and then you like as the night progressed, you went with like the stronger and stronger drinks?
We opened up with a Fireball shot each. That was the very first, and then I had 2 flights. Then a person bought a round of green teas, another person bought a round of orange teas, I had 2 more flights. I had a cranberry vodka, and then going into game 3, 2 more green teas is what I bought, and then I had 2 fights at the end.
I'd be blackout by that night. Like, I'll be.
Yeah, I mean, geez, I would. How did you bowl?
I know.
I shot 789 that night, which in bowling terms, that's pretty fucking high. Candace can tell you.
Wait, 789?
789. I averaged over 260 for the night.
Oh, okay. I was like, in one game, I was like, yeah, you were drunk because you like what?
Whoa!
I was like, the highest is
Give me
300.
No, 70. I shot 258, 264, 267 or something. It was like 789 is what I shot.
Gotcha.
Man, maybe
So-
you're just a bowling prodigy.
I was back in the day. I'm not anymore. I suck now. But back in the day, I was. I was pretty good. I was okay. I was all right. I wasn't too bad. I wasn't drunk back then. So, I mean, probably the drinking has something to do with it. But either way, I can't believe we're talking about getting drunk now on Sweep the League. But, it shows you how fast we get off the rails here. Talking about Cowboys talk, but before we go on any further, Baller Boys podcast comes to you every single week. It's Mark, it's Shemaya talking to you. Everything basketball, everything sports related. The D-Girl Big Mo Show every single Monday night on Facebook. Shemaya on the Beats Radio, Internet Radio, I Am Refocused Radio. Great interviews. All a part of the Sweep the League family. So apparently I'm the only drunk of the group. Rock is a drunk. He gets hungover. I don't get hangovers. The Cowboy hangover. Yeah, it's hot. It's a 10-3. I don't think they catch the Eagles playoff-wise. Stats, I'm going to start with you. Give me the playoff talk for the Cowboys. Again, you and I talked last week. Is this just all smokescreen bullshit going into the playoffs?
What do you mean? Like, do they have a shot at a Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
You really have a shot at Super Bowl. I know you said they did, but I want to see if you changed your mind from a week later.
No, on Baller Boys, Shemaya and I, we were tasked with picking our NFC champion, and my pick for going into the Super Bowl was the Cowboys, actually. I think they got a good shot, man. They got the Jags coming up. They got a tough Eagles game. Then they have the Titans, who've been awful lately, and then they have the Commanders at the end of the season. So they could finish the season strong. I think they have a really good shot at dethroning the Eagles. Not necessarily catching up to their, finishing as the top seed in the NFC, but Cowboys have all the pieces, man. And they can do it, but they got to stay focused. And this last game, I think I won't call it a win. I'll call it a survival by the Cowboys, because I think that's more appropriate since they had to go down the field to get it at the last minute. Everyone thought this was going to be a blowout, which it really should have been. But hopefully this is that wake-up call for them to realize, hey, we can't take our foot off the pedal. We got to keep going, and we got to be consistent. And they got to watch the turnovers too. I think Dak threw a couple of INTs in there, and you got to watch out on that. That's what's going to come back and bite them in the butt, are those INTs. I'm going to tell you
the reason why I think they are legit Super Bowl contenders for me now. And it happened today. They signed T.Y. Hilton. You needed a veteran receiver. You got a good one. He's not going to go out there. He's not going to be Terrell fucking Owens. He's not going to be OBJ. But what he's going to do is he's going to take that old CeeDee Lamb role, slants, those 8-yard dunk and dink passes. He's just going to help you move the chains. It's going to be beneficial for a guy like Michael Gallup. It's not going to benefit CeeDee because CeeDee kind of gets open on his own right now, but you're going to see more of a balanced Cowboy offense. And that's what I think the reason why they're going to be Super Bowl champs. Now, you had that same thing last week. I want to get to Candace and Rock because last week we talked about it. Super Bowl chances for the Cowboys. They're riding high, man. But you know what? Come playoff time, they tend to blow it really, really bad. And both of y'all being the only Cowboy fans on the Sweep the League staff, on the roster here, is it another letdown? Are you kind of skeptical that it's not going to happen this year for the boys?
I think, I don't want them, obviously, Cowboys fans want them to blow it. But I mean, it's always bittersweet when they go to playoffs, right? It's like, okay, we're a step closer. And then, when they lose, it's like, God, like you lose in the playoffs where you're like, you were so close. and then yet so far type of thing. But I think they can do it. I will say that get T.Y. Hilton's timing is pretty interesting. We have like the last 4 games coming up, so I don't know. I think timing is everything, and I'm one of those people that say everything happens for a reason. So I will say getting T.Y. Hilton is one of those reasons, maybe.
It's a better signing than OBJ. I'm going to say that right now. And Mark, you need to cut this. And then when it does work out for them, we can put it out there and say, this motherfucker said it first. It's a better signing than OBJ. I'm just saying it right now. And the time is 7:53. It is December 12th. You can check the podcast. You can kiss my ass. I said it. It's a better signing than OBJ. Rock, it's all you.
Yeah, no, I really like the T.Y. Hilton signing. The crazy thing is that, well, I mean, I know the Cowboys like to just mess with everyone's feelings, that they're still supposedly in conversations with Odell. But the thing that popped out to me, what Josina Anderson said, the main reason was T.Y. was available now, and they need someone that's available now. And I really liked Hilton signing, although he played like trash last year and hasn't played in a while. I think it's very beneficial that he took the time off, because this guy injures his hamstrings every damn week, and he's going to be one of those receivers that you can rely on. There's not going to be a big learning curve. And like you said, he's going to be wide open and play at CeeDee Lamb role and just help you move the chains, a la give, say, a Cole Beasley type. He's coming in, probably be projected as the 3rd or 4th receiver. You still have Noah Brown, who's a reliable receiver who Dak has relied on a lot, and Dalton Schultz. So I think this signing's really good and just going to benefit. The one thing I am curious about is, what are they going to do with James Washington? Do they just cut him outright? He barely played this last game, or is he just going to be on the depth chart? That's the one interesting thing that I've been looking at. And what do you do about Jalen Tolbert too? Is he just going to go on IR? But I think the signing does elevate them a little bit more towards contender status. But I am still skeptical and taking it week by week, because as we all seen, the Cowboys are just the Cowboys, and they always beat themselves up every week.
Yeah, I think that's the consensus, is that it's probably something you take week to week. The T.Y. Hilton signing, I like it. I mean, like Josina said, he's available now, and you need somebody now. Odell wasn't going to be ready to probably come playoff time. And even at that, you still got to mesh. You still got to get some practices in. And I hate to say it, but the Cowboys offense, outside of the first, 3.5 quarters of the game, it's been on fire. It's been one of the best offenses in the league. And I think T.Y. helps a lot. Now, will T.Y. be the 4th, 5th receiver on the roster? I have no idea. I don't know what their thinking is right now, but I do like this signing a whole lot. I give the Cowboys props. They won when they had to win. For me, a win is a win, no matter what. But at the same time, they did look pretty bad. They looked pretty crappy. But again, you never apologize for winning. A win is a win. Candace, what I did was I just texted Jerry Jones, and I told him that you're good to go. Not to accept your Cowboy resignation just yet.
Well, I appreciate that.
You're welcome. He texted me back. He said it's okay. He said you're good.
No hard feelings.
No hard feelings. Yeah.
The only question I have regarding the T.Y. Hilton signing is how healthy he's going to be. Because unfortunately, the guy's just made out of glass. Like, he just hasn't been playing just simply because of injury past couple of years. So that's the biggest thing to monitor, I think, is to just see if the guy can stay on the field.
But isn't it comparable to the Julio signing? I mean, just a guy that can just get you a catch here and there. Not so much, because remember, when T.Y. was getting hurt, he was the number 1 option. He was the option. You're not asking him to do that anymore. You're asking him just to be, you're not even asking him to be Cole Beasley. You're asking him just to give us a catch or two, almost like a really low end Keenan Allen, where, on that 4th down or the 3rd down, when it's 3rd and 4, he has that little route, that little, out route where he can just make that catch, where you're not relying on a young rookie or a young wide receiver to make that play. You're getting a veteran. I think that's where it fits the Cowboys a lot more. I mean, you think maybe something like that is where it benefits T.Y., even though he's been injury prone. I think that's kind of where it stands with him.
Yeah, Yeah, just to be that extra hand to kind of help catch passes for Dak, help Dak get a little more comfortable out there.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. So everybody on board, I guess the Cowboys are legit. I mean, they're 10-3. I know Cowboy fandom is hollering and they've already got the parade set. I mean, they've got the dates already set. They're selling tickets. Rock already bought his Super Bowl champs sweater that he saw on Sports Illustrated commercials overnight. I mean, he probably get the phone with it, the football phone that they used to do.
Looking at the conference standings right now, man, like it's just Philly, Minnesota, Dallas, and San Fran. Those are the top 4 teams in the NFC, and I think Dallas has the capability of beating all 3 of those teams. San Fran keeps getting hurt too. They just lost Debo. So I mean, the Cowboys' door, the pathway to the Super Bowl is getting a little bit wider and wider here.
It honestly isn't. But I was say I used to collect those Sports Illustrated magazines. When they win the Super Bowl and when the Spurs were winning championships, I used to collect all of them.
You know what? Funny. I'm cleaning my old house out, and I found 2 of the championship Spurs VHS tapes. Are those worth anything? Like at all?
Are they recorded?
No, they're the actual tapes.
I had the recorded ones as a mess.
Oh no, these are actual tapes. Like they have the actual VHS. I've got the cover with them. So I was thinking, man, these got to be worth at least 20, 30 cents probably. I mean, I'm rich now. I don't know. Who else to try selling? What?
I'll say there's some updated, keeping up with the news. So they announced a T.Y. Hilton deal. 600,000 guaranteed salary for remaining 4 games, $50,000 per game roster bonuses, up to 700,000 playoff incentives, match value 1.5 million just for 1 year. That's a good deal, man.
That's a friendly deal.
Dude, that's a hell of a deal. Oh my God.
Especially if you're not going to ask for much. I mean, you're not asking for much from T.Y. Hilton. So yeah, that's a hell of a deal right there. You gotta make that deal.
Oh yeah, Ty. I mean, I'd be crazy if they signed Odell too somehow, but
jump off that. No, jump off that train, dude.
No, it would be crazy. I can just already see the Jerry selling it, the view of Odell in his Cowboys jersey. He's just licking his lips of how many jerseys he's gonna sell.
I think if you do the Odell thing, you've got to wait till next season. Don't do it now. Don't do it now. I don't think it's right to do it now.
Odell should go to KC, man. He should go to KC. No, seriously.
Please no.
You're really on that KC bandwagon with Odell.
Dude, if he goes to KC, the Chiefs are winning the whole thing.
The Chiefs are probably winning the whole thing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Bengals are looking good too.
The Bengals are looking good, but I don't know. Gotta stay healthy.
Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
Bill. Okay, I'm not sold on the Bills anymore. They've been crap. I feel that if you were to give me a Lions-Bills matchup right now, the Lions would win. I do not feel good about the Bills at all.
Hey, Lions have been balling out, man.
They have been. It sucks Shemai and Derek aren't here to brag on them, but they have been. One person who's been balling out is the Purdy boy himself, Brock Purdy. Now, Jimmy G goes down, and I think he went down because he found out that Candace has a crush on him. So he wants to spend the rest of the season pursuing one Candace Avila Garcia. So Candace, if you get any of those weird San Francisco numbers, you may want to text back or answer the call.
Like, is this you, Jimmy?
What's the old phrase, guys?
It's like, no, I don't want to extend my warranty on my car.
What's the old phrase, guys? Love hurts.
Yeah, love hurts. Jimmy got hurt because I think he's in love after he found out about our Candace talk this past couple of shows ago. But Brock is doing the job. Now, their chances of winning the Super Bowl and going far definitely took a hit with Deebo Samuel getting injured. I think that's the reason why I don't have them going very far. But Candace, you wanted to talk about Brock. What's on your mind about Brock? Because I'm getting, my phone is blowing up. Jimmy just texted me and said, why does Candace want to talk about Brock Purdy? So what is it? What's going on, Candace?
Well, yeah, he just had an amazing game against Tom Brady. And not that I'm like a Tom Brady hater, but wasn't he like Mr. Relevant during the 2022 NFL draft? And now he's been dubbed the Mr. Relevant. And he's 22 years old, which is like insane. It's a kid, and he's running circles around Tom Brady. So I don't know. I think he's one to watch.
Imagine if he's better than Brady, the only Mr. Irrelevant to just take the league by storm. What do you do with Trey Lance? What do you do with Jimmy G? Jimmy G is going to walk.
Jimmy,
they're going to walk.
It's like, come to San Antonio. It's fine. No big deal. Like,
play for the Brahmas.
The Brahmas.
Yeah. Jimmy G would look good in a Brahmas uni, man.
Candace would be out there at every game, pre-game. Just, hey guys.
Oh, Candace is gonna be definitely blowing us up for credentials and stuff.
Candace gonna be doing Candace gonna be doing their PR.
Jeez. I'm on the Brock bandwagon a little bit, but I don't think he's not gonna do much for the Niners this year. I mean, he's gonna do good, but they're not gonna go anywhere. There's no way.
I think, like I said, I think he's just one to watch. I feel like we should not. He's one to keep in our back pocket type of thing. Just because I feel like those are the people that are the ones that they lay low, and then all of a sudden they're a hot topic. So and have y'all seen the interesting nicknames that have been given to him, including a not so safe for work nickname?
This isn't this is a safe workplace for everybody. You know what? Damn it, Candace brought it up.
I will not say the word, but
you brought it up, but you're gonna have to give us the nicknames. Give us the nicknames now.
She can type it, dude. This is like you said.
I know what she's talking about. I saw it, but give us the nicknames.
Okay, well, the one that's obviously the Mr. Relevant now.
Yeah.
And then the other one was the Big Blank Brock.
She can't say it, but I will say it. If she doesn't mind, I will say it for everybody out there.
You go ahead. All right,
so that was, what was it? Big Cock Brock.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with that.
Hell yeah.
Wait, Rudy, Big Cock Block or Big Cock Brock?
Well, I said Big Cock Brock, but
okay, I thought you said Big Cock Block.
Well,
that's what I thought.
I mean, could it be the Big Brock Cock? Or the Big Block Cock? I don't know. There's two more. What are the rest, Candace? We'll figure this out in a minute. What are the rest?
Those are the only two that I had in mind.
The only two she knew. Oh man.
See, that's how I do great PR. Like I hype it up and make it seem like clean and
There's just so many good puns, man. Like the Niners look pretty good right now.
That's a good one. But we got to go back to the Brock big thing, whatever. So I'm pretty sure Candace is going with Mr. Relevant. I don't think she wants to go with the other one with the bad word in it. What are we going with? Rock? Which one you want to go with?
I'll go with Purdy Rock. Purdy Brock.
So that is horrible because you guys know me. I used to run the Radar podcast. When he says, "Oh, the Purdy Brock," I'm like, wait a minute, that went a whole different way in my head. I thought you said it really fast, and you can imagine saying, the other GM for Tampa Bay sitting there, you sure got a Purdy Brock out there. Stats. What do you got?
Big Rock Brock.
Big Rock Brock.
Big Rock Brock.
Guys, y'all are really doing this not safe for work thing. Golly, we're gonna have to make this a kid show again. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I said it already, Rudy. I'm not gonna say it anymore.
Jesus. All right. Well, I'm gonna go with that one then. We're gonna go with. So we go. Is it the Big Rock?
Wait, what is it, Rudy?
Are we gonna go with? Okay, we'll say letter A, Big Cock Brock, or B, Big Brock Cock. Just say A or B. Just say A or B.
Did you just reverse the two words?
Just say A or B. We'll give him either one, and I'll tag him on. I don't care.
What? Big Brock Cock? Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
I got Rock sent the emoji of laughing, so we're good with him.
Hell yeah.
A or B? Just pick a letter, A or B.
Let's say A.
A. Rock's going with A.
Hey.
I'm thinking A is gonna win. Stats, what do you want?
Oh, let's go with A. Why not?
A. So A, Brock Purdy is officially Big Cock Brock. So that's his official name. We're gonna go with A. I can't believe we're talking about that. This is like the whole donut talk that Candace missed from Voodoo Donuts all over again. But anyway, like I said, this is Sweep the League. It's every single week. We're coming to you guys. This is Sweep the League family. I am Refocused Radio, the D-Gerv Big Mo Show, Baller Boys podcast, and Shemaya on the Beats Radio. Before we come up to an end, man, we do have a little bit of sweeper keep, I think. If not, don't worry about it. But got to get into some Taylor calls it man-entertainment news. I'm calling it, we'll call it the manscape here. So Candace jumps on and she's happy. Not because she's joining the show, because this is like, for her. She's happy because the hubby made dinner. What was for dinner, Candace?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Crap spaghetti, not crap spaghetti.
I was like, oh God.
That's what I heard too. Crap spaghetti.
Crap. Oh man. Spaghetti.
Yes. That Kraft one.
Then I thought I heard crack spaghetti.
I was like, what, Fazoli's or what?
How was it?
It was good. It was really good. It's funny, it's cute because he like looks at my reaction like when I'm eating it. I feel like one of those like like those tasters that like, or they go and like they inspect the restaurant, not as a food inspector, but they go and like taste the restaurants and give the reviews and whatever. So it's so funny, like he'll like look at me and like see my reaction. And it was really good though. I will say it was super good. He likes to make, so fun fact about my husband, he likes to make it on Mondays because Monday is I guess it's like either SmackDown or what is the other one? Raw.
Monday Night
Raw.
Raw.
Yeah, so he watches that, and that's something he always had as a kid. Like he would eat spaghetti and then watch wrestling. So he kind of like does it now as an adult, and so that's what he made it for on Mondays. But yeah, it was really good. So I was really happy because I just literally came home from work. He was making dinner. He picked up our son. Like it was total, Mr. Ma mode when I got home. So
he's setting you up for something.
Is it because he's wanting to leave him for Jimmy Garoppolo?
Whoa. Maybe he did hear the show after all. And maybe he heard the Jimmy talk. But Candace, Christmas is coming up. And he might want that PS5. He might want a brand new.
He got it for himself. Like he got it for his birthday.
Then he might want to.
I dropped the ball, and I will admit I dropped the ball because he had ordered like right when like the PS5 and the new Xbox were like hot items, I guess during the pandemic.
Yeah,
he was on a waiting list like for both of them at the same time. So I made him choose one because I was like, yeah, I know everyone's probably like, oh man. Yeah, so I made him choose one. He chose the Xbox, and then from then on, he was never able to get the PS5 until like I think back in October for his birthday. But yeah, that's
maybe he wants a new car.
He just got a charger. I mean, he's good. Like,
jeez, you know what? I don't know. Then I mean, he's got everything he needs. Then I guess it was just dinner to make dinner. Now I'm gonna put you on the spot here because you were an official judge at the Taylor barbecue, and you didn't pick our cooking. I know that, which I'm still kind of upset on that, but it's okay. You get a second chance this time coming around, so hopefully you're judging again. I'm gonna mark it for you. Hey, this is ours. But as an official judge of the Salvation Army, Taylor's barbecue kickoff for the kids, I gotta know what are you judging the spaghetti? We're gonna do scale 1 to 10. 10 being the absolute best. It's Italian, iconic. Just it's the best. To 1 being that it's 25-year-old SpaghettiOs. Which one is it?
It's a 6.
A 6. So it's not quite Olive Garden.
No, but I'm not much of a spaghetti person. Like I'll eat it, but I'm not like a spaghetti consignor, whatever. It's like I'll eat it. I love fettuccine. Fettuccine is where like I'm like, oh my god. But fettuccine as a 30-year-old doesn't hit my stomach the same way as a 20-year-old. So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Okay. I had to ask on the spaghetti or on the dinner part because I wanted to get your judge's expertise on that.
Yeah.
So, Stats, do you cook? Rock, do you cook?
I'm learning. I mean, I cook some stuff, but I mean, I'm learning as I go because I mean, eventually I gotta venture out of mi casa and live on my own. So my mom wants me to make sure I'm all good and set, but I know how to drill better.
So the Manscaped, this is the Manscaped talk because there's
Yeah.
Candace's boy, her husband made spaghetti, cooked dinner, picked up their son. I mean, he did everything tonight.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah, what a trooper.
yeah, definite trooper. So when Mrs. Rock is in your life, what are you making for the missus? What is that dinner that you are so confident in because Candace just killed her husband's confidence with a 6 on the spaghetti rating? What is that dinner that you would make for your girl that you're so confident in? We're going to go around the horn here. So, Rock, you're first.
Oh, I'm grilling some mean beef fajitas, man. Oh, I'm gonna some fajitas.
Scratch or HEB bought? There's a difference.
No,
Taco Cabana?
I go to the I go to the meat market, Celebrity Meat Market, man. Come on.
Whoa, so it's pretty much from scratch. You gotta season them and everything.
Season and everything, dude.
Okay.
It's busted, man.
So when Miss Stats is in the life, what is Stats making as the perfect meal to get it higher than a 6? You got to get higher than a 6. You got to be confident.
You know, it's funny, Candace, you mentioned fettuccine Alfredo. I actually have made my own Alfredo sauce.
Ooh.
So I would probably do my own, like a homemade Alfredo.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you what.
I'm not that much of a cook, but, you know, I do know how to do that, at least.
Really? Can we get any kind of sample of this?
I know what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Maybe the bowling game have some like fettuccine and like shot.
Just have a tub of it. Like, hey guys,
Just drinking
this tub of fettuccine.
Yeah, I brought y'all sample bottles of my fettuccine sauce. So y'all
I promise it's fettuccine sauce. Wink, wink. You know?
So recently, I actually surprised my wife because for going on 14 years, she didn't realize I can cook. And it's a secret that I've kept, to myself. Now, I'm not Chef Boyardee. I was as fat as that guy at one point, but I'm not Chef Boyardee. Yeah, I'm not even. Yeah.
I just have a question. So did you tell her, hey, like, honey, I made burgers and
No.
and you could sneak into the kitchen and like stuff the McDonald's bags?
Well, that would kind of suck because my wife was a general manager at McDonald's for so many years, so she would kind of know what a McDonald's burger tastes
oh
like.
shoot, she would know. Yeah.
No, actually, I mean, I'm not even the chef from the Muppets, so I mean, I'm no good at anything like that. But she wasn't feeling good a few weeks back. I was like, you know what? I'll make breakfast. I'll make you eggs, and eggs is real easy. Well, I make them in a omelet type style, I guess what you call it, just with cheese and everything, and she absolutely loved it. So I would say my egg specialty definitely ranks 10 out of 10. If you know what, it's 20 out of 10. So if any of you guys want me to make you eggs, I'll make you my enchilada version of an egg, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna take a picture. Are you making love to the mic, dude? I'm talking about eggs. Very simple.
Yeah, Rock is like moaning to the idea of Rudy's eggs.
I'm talking about eggs, like I'm talking sex talk about eggs here.
Dude, Rock, we moved past the nicknames already, man. Like,
no kidding.
Rock.
That came out of nowhere.
Wow.
That came out of nowhere. So that's what I wanted to get into the Manscaped talk here. Candace was bragging about it, and I'm glad your husband made it for you, Candace. I mean, that now he's got to keep it up. He's got to keep it up.
That's the thing. I mean, you set that bar high, and he's gotta.
What do you think his next meal would be? Like if he was to cook?
That's the thing. He was like saying that he wants to learn how to cook more now. See, we have an air fryer, and so I kind of cheat and like use that to make dinner. I'm not much of a cooker. I love using the grill though. I will like, especially for Cowboys games, like I love like I mean, it's electric, so it's not. I cheat again, but I love like putting stuff out on the grill. It's one of those George Foreman ones, and so I'll just like turn it on and whatnot. And then like yesterday, for instance, I made pork chops and macaroni for the game. They were bomb, I will say. Even my husband was like, "These are so good," and he like finished everything. Like his plate was clean. Like that's how you know it was good.
Damn.
Yeah, it was clean.
So when do we get the invite for some of this good cooking?
I mean, it's my door is always open. But I can bring, if you want, I can bring some pork chops to the bowling center. We'll have fettuccine, we'll have pork chops. You can make some eggs, Rudy.
Jesus, my stomach's already crapped out just by listening to all this. So we're talking at the bowling alley. We're gonna have the pork chop and beef fajita with fettuccine sauce and omelet eggs. How in the hell is that possible?
We could do like pork chops and eggs. I think it was like with fajitas, like make it into like a collab taco or something with like the salsa with the fettuccine sauce.
Just put it all in a tortilla and call it a taco,
With Mark's fettuccine sauce? Really?
I mean, after a couple shots, I'm sure it'll just be, none of us will even know what we're eating.
I mean, the Alfredo sauce will start tasting like hollandaise after a little while anyway. Put it on the eggs.
Okay, so I guess when we do the bowl-a-thon, we're gonna have a smorgasbord, literal smorgasbord. We're gonna have like Golden Corral. I mean, it's a little bit of everything, isn't it?
Dude, I grew up on Golden Corral, man.
Don't get me started on Golden Corral.
Dude, you know what? Buffet I grew up on.
Yes, Shoney's.
I used to go to Ryan's a lot in Leon Valley.
Oh yeah, Ryan's is another one.
Ryan's was so good.
Although nothing compares to, is it Pancho's?
Raise the flag.
Raise it.
Okay, so before we go, because we're not gonna get in a super keep, it's already late. But best buffet, give me y'all's best buffet. I'm gonna say now. Do we include the Chinese ones?
I mean, those are some good ones. I mean, despite the health demerits.
Yeah, they can get a 30, but you're like, hell, I don't care. I'm going for the hard chicken because it's good.
Like the sodium chicken count.
Oh yeah, and you get a nice little steak that's like thinner than paper, and you're like, oh, this is heaven. I don't know. For me, we're gonna exclude Chinese buffets because there's some pretty good ones. But for me, I think it's between Pancho or Panchito or Panchito. Pancho. I'm thinking Panchitos because these guys went there one time. Or Golden Corral.
Oh, yeah.
I think Golden Corral because of the meatloaf. I think the meatloaf did it for me at Golden Corral. What about you guys?
I mean, are you talking current or all time?
Whatever, all time. Luby's Luby's had a buffet on Walsum for a while.
Did he have like a breakfast buffet?
Oh, no. Their breakfast buffet, man.
Dude, I love
gosh.
Luby's had a regular buffet on Walsum. And I would hit that up. I would drive literally from where I was working just near Cibolo to Walsum for lunch. Well, Airtron. Rock, you worked at Airtron.
Heck yeah.
We would drive to Walsum.
Airtron.
Yeah, we're Airtron forever, whatever. But we would drive to Walsum to that Luby's buffet. And I would, I'm talking back in the days when I was eating massive meals, but Luby's buffet was good, but I think Golden Corral is best.
Rudy, one of these days we gotta like dedicate an episode to our just horrible former eating habits, because like a few glimpses of the meals that you've mentioned to us are just like phenomenally bad.
I don't even know if they're phenomenally bad. They would probably put people on their deathbeds if I was to. Was Candace a part of? Were you a part of that show?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Should I include her on one of the meals or one of my daily meals that I have?
Dude, tell her the Mama Margie's.
Oh god.
I love Margie's, so good.
Well, not as much as I did, apparently.
I don't think I've even heard this one.
Okay, so to end the show here, we'll go ahead and I'll include Candace and stats on a daily meal. So a typical meal on a day back in the day, which is like 4 years ago, over 3 years ago. I would start off going to work. I'd stop at Mama Margie's. I would get 3 bean and cheese tacos. I would get 2 beef fajita tacos and 2 chicken fajita tacos, or 2 carne asada tacos. And I would get a large lemonade. That would be breakfast for me.
Wait. That's 7 tacos.
If your math is right, then that would be 7 tacos. You are correct. You have won. The Price is Right.
wait,
That is-
wait, Rudy, that's brunch, right?
No, that is breakfast, sir. That was breakfast. So I ate a full meal for a whole day, probably in one sitting. So lunch rolls around, and where I worked, it was like off of 399 at the time. So lunch could be well, I'll do it the regular lunch. Well, another lunch would be Wendy's. I'd go to Wendy's. I'd get a either that double baconator or that double meat burger, large fries, large Coke. I would get 2 orders of 4-piece nuggets, and I would get 2 double stacks to go with that. That would be lunch for me. I would go home. On the way home, I would stop at a McDonald's and get 2 double cheeseburgers with mac sauce and a large sweet tea.
Wait, so we haven't gotten to dinner yet?
Oh no, we ain't hit the dinner rush, son. We
That
ain't hit
wasn't
the
dinner?
dinner rush.
Wait,
That was not dinner.
so after McDonald's, after Wendy's, McDonald's, when you get the McDouble, what was that? That was like a snack?
That was my dinner between lunch and dinner, right there, or my dunch, whatever you wanted to call it. That was, and it wasn't 1 double; it was 2 doubles with mac sauce and a large sweet tea. And it's funny because my wife's kind of behind me listening to this, and she's probably reliving all this with me here. But then I'd get home, and I would have dinner. A dinner would be like we would get something to eat, or if they cooked. For example, spaghetti, which Candace's husband made tonight. I would get a plate, and I would give 2 massive servings of spaghetti, and that would be dinner. To wash it down, you go to HEB, you see those big jugs of juice or whatever. I would drink a lot of that juice, man, or a sweet tea or something. Like that would be my typical day meal, not including the bags of chips I would buy from at the store. I'd go to lunch. Like if I went to lunch and bought a Little Caesars down the street, had a large pizza and wings, I would buy large pizza wings, stop at the store, get a big couple of sodas and a couple of big bags of chips. That would be another lunch for me. So it's kind of like, that was a day for me eating wise, not including if I had dessert later on in the evening.
I was about to ask you, what does dessert look like?
Dessert, we would have like Mexican cookies, like pan dulce or something, or if there was a pie or something, I'd have something like that. Ice cream. There would be
Are we
ice cream.
talking like 1 or 2 cookies, or like a whole container of like cookies?
Hey, dude, come on, man. I mean, give me a break here. I wasn't eating whole containers. I was getting, half containers, maybe if I was lucky. Chocolate chip row or half of a row or Oreo row, but. Yeah, that was a typical day. The Mama Marge's thing was just about every day. Every day.
That's wild.
That is
7 tacos every day.
Every day. Just about every day. I was bad. That was bad.
How much is your total? I'm just curious back then. I mean, obviously now like, it probably would have been like 30, 40 bucks.
That's a great question, Candace, actually.
I'm glad we're ending on the show on this day here. I think at Mama Margie's, if I remember, the total was like 18 something.
Hey, that's actually really good for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got to remember the bean and cheese were cheap. They were like $1.10
like
or something. Yeah. So I mean, they weren't really killing me, but what was killing me was the beef fajita and the chicken fajita or the carne asada, which I used to literally get pissed off at the carne asada. If I would get it and it would be chewy, I'm like, screw this. Like I'd have to eat it because I didn't want to let it go to waste. But now thinking about it, I would even stop at Bill Miller's in the morning. No, breakfast. No, Jesus, Candace. I wouldn't go to Mama Margie's and then go stop at Bill Miller's for breakfast. That's double the breakfast.
Well, she asks because you took a McDonald's stop after a Wendy's. So
I did. I would go to Bill Miller's breakfast, and on Bill Miller's breakfast, it would be a large sweet tea. I used to love the brisket and egg, so I'd get 2 of those, 2 of the sausage and bean, and I would get 2 of the potato and sausage. So it's 6 tacos from Bill Miller's. Now that was a massive bill
And
because
they
Bill
stuff their
Miller's,
tacos too.
they stuff them, but they also take a lot of money out of your pocket. I think that was
Yeah.
like $22. I think just for that, $21. So
Yeah.
yeah. Now that I'm depressed, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go stare at food now and not eat it and drink water when we get off this. But that was my typical day. I mean, I think at the time I was weighing right around 460 pounds, 465. I think
Well,
my highest.
props to you.
Well, my highest I've ever weighed was 487. So
Wow.
now I'm down to like 220, and I've been at 220 forever because Rock doesn't want to work out with me anymore. So
I have a Peloton. You want to use my Peloton?
Hey, props to you, man.
yeah,
we can
Rock.
go work out with. We can go work out with Mike Taylor. Mike Taylor's pretty swole.
I don't know if I can do that.
But go work out at a Golden Corral or what?
Gold Gym, not Gold Corral. Gold Gym. So yeah, now that I've depressed you guys with my my eating habits from back in the day, Candace is probably getting ready to be sick just from everything that I've ate. Could you eat, Candace? Could you eat all that?
No, absolutely not.
Where would you stop at? Where would you have stopped? All that food in front of you.
I honestly would have stopped after the Mama Marges. I could do 7 tacos.
I can barely do one. Like I get full right away. Like I have to, like for instance, like tonight's spaghetti. My husband made me a plate full, and I barely ate half of it. I had to save the rest for tomorrow because like I just get full right away. I don't know if my stomach is small. Again, I'm like 4'8" and 86 pounds, so like it doesn't take much. But to be fair, I did skip lunch. Like today, I was like so busy. I ended up eating Cheetos on my desk and like drinking Pepsi Zero. That's the kind of diet, Just.
That's the thing is all you guys probably have a healthy metabolism. So it's like eating something like that isn't bad. Me, if I kind of give in, then I'm screwed because there were times I'd give up certain foods and I'd eat healthy and then I just give in. I'm like, I have that one burger. It's like, it's a little burger. Oh, let me just have a bite. I have a bite and forget it. The floodgates are open,
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. That's how I am about desserts and sweets. If I have just one, it's like, oh my gosh, I got to get another one. Like
you
I want
posted
another one.
that damn tree cake I saw.
I did.
Did you eat that
It was
whole
so
thing?
good. No, I didn't. I did not eat that whole thing.
I was gonna say you're a bastard if you did, because then that made me jealous. Like, because that looked good. Y'all are killing me with some of these posts that y'all post, man. All this food, all this good food. Well, now that we've depressed y'all before Christmas, because I hope nobody gives me gift cards to McDonald's or anything for my Christmas, because then I'm kind of screwed. It's Chipotle or Jersey Mike's. That's all I'm eating right now. That's all I really want to eat right now.
Kava's really good.
Yeah, Kava is good.
You're not the only one to tell me that. What is
I've
good
been wanting
there?
to try kava.
So good.
What's good there? What are y'all have eaten?
It's a chicken. I forgot what it's called. It's like Harassen chicken or something like that.
Yeah.
Harassa chicken. I think it's really really good. And then I usually do the create your own bowl, so you can like choose like what grains you want or like rice, and then like I love Persian pickles, so I add like extra of that in my bowl.
Preach.
Gosh, so good.
Preach. Those pickles are amazing.
Also, side note about pickles is if you're an upset stomach or like you're nausea, I don't know if it's for a hangover, Rock, but
straight to Rock.
But pickles like help nausea right away. Like for some reason, I'll get nauseous at night and I'll have a pickle and it goes away. It's wild.
We're gonna have to try that hangover thing, Rock.
Candace made a post to everyone. I'm not a drunk. I just like being necio. I'm young, so being necio is very fun, but I'm not a drunk.
Public service announcement. I am a drunk. So
no, I'm just a necio boy.
No, I am. I'm a drunk. I
was gonna say I was more necio in college. That was when I was. Oof.
That was like 2 years ago.
Hey, 3 years ago, man. Relax.
3 years ago.
College like a Four Locos.
Oh no. Oh, we're going down a rabbit hole with Four Loco now.
We don't have enough time to go down that hole.
Yeah, we can't. We got to close this shop.
All right, so I'll tell you what. Next week we got into what Rudy ate. Let's get into what Rudy drinks next week, because
I like that.
That is going to really, really really make you guys like scratch your heads. I'll just give you a hint. Lived in Ohio. My wife, we got drunk. I got drunk. She did. Brand new bottle of tequila, big old bottle of Jose Cuervo. Had to prove to her that I drank it all. And I drank it all. On top of it, I drank a whole lot more. But that's for next week. That was the next week's version of Sweep the League, the drunk edition, because today was the fast food edition of Sweep the League. So until we sweep the league again next Monday or Wednesday, one of the two, we're going to talk about drunken times next week for all you guys out there and ladies out there. For Candace, for Rock, for Stats, for Shemaya, for Derek, this is Rudy. We'll sweep the league again. You got me thinking about drinking now. I'm getting tongue twisted. We'll sweep the league again next week. But don't forget, this Saturday we are at La Cantera. We're going to be ringing the bell for Salvation Army. Help our cattle win against all these other teams out there. We'll see you Saturday at La Cantera between 12 and 4. See you guys later.
Oh, yeah.
So